Chamgei chitab Kalenjin atinye kamang'unet ale miten komie kakoit ngunon kasarta neitun logoiwekab emet kong'eten ketesiet neindoi en bororietab Kalenjin ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV neborostoi kong'eten nganaset nebo Kericho. Otochin en logoiwekab emet, kainenyun ko TITUS ROP. Betutab rani ko kaimuch emet nebo Kenya koboiboenchi kenyisiek 62 kotab konyor katiaknatet kobun eunek chebo kiplelachek akoit kasarta noton nebo kenyisiek 62 kotab konyor emoni madaraka. Betutab rani koimuch emet komugul koboiboenchi betut noton en komoswek cheterter, counties cheterter, lokaimuch president nebo emoni Dr. William Samoei Ruto koboto kandoik cheechen chebo serikali koitita county nebo Homa Bay koboto kandoik cheechen chebo serikali asikoboiboenchi ikoriton nebo madaraka. Ingekushin county nebo Nakuru lekaimongei kandoik kondochin membatab kot nengoten ngatutik nebo Kuresoi South Joseph Tonui akosom bororiosiek chemengindos en county nebo Nakuru koker kole kabois kibagenge akomeng'is en kalyet koret agenge nebo keker kele kakiboiboenchi tetutik choton chebo bandab tai chebo county nebo Nakuru. Kaitita kebeberaton sirindenyon nebo logoiwek Ruben Korir.
Kong'ololi Tonu en igorto nebo Madaraka Day yekibwoti kenyisiek 62 konyorchigei emoni katiaknatet kocher inendet biikab emoni nebo keker kele kakikimit kalyet mising ko en kwenutab bororiosiek choton chemengindos kibagenge. Akot kounoton ko kaimuch koboisien boroinoton inendet kochuptoi alak en yautik choton chebo abduction chekakimuch kebaorionji en kwenutab kandoik, kit nekamwa inendet kole mamagat noton. Ole kaimuch kokon kurset inendet koityi CS noton netinye ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen nebo keker kele kakipchi kakwautik icheket cheisuldoen yoitwogik cheu choton.
Wakati wazungu walihama kutoka area hii, watu wetu walipata kazi. Saa hii kama tungekuwa na uhuru, hawa wakubwa wote ambao wako hapo mbele wangekuwa wazungu. Kwa hivyo tunapongeza sana wale walipigania uhuru, kwa sababu walipofaulu ndio watu wetu wakapata nafasi ya kuongoza. Hiyo tunafurahia. Ni makosa tu kidogo kidogo ambaye tunaomba watu wetu tuepuke. Juzi tumesikia watu ambao wanafanya kitu ambaye inaitwa self abduction. Ati mtu kabisa kama mimi anaamua kufungwa na kamba na kuruzwa kwa msituni. Tunasema hiyo ni aibu sana. Hiyo ni aibu sana. Na nia ya hao watu ni kuchafua chini ya serikali. Kwa hivyo we are appealing to our security team wakiongozwa na CS Murkomen. Watu kama hawa wachukuliwe hatua kali. Hatutaki watu ambao wanachafua chini ya serikali. Viongozi wengine ambao walichaguliwa kwa sababu wameshindwa na kazi, wanatafuta njia fupi ya kupata kitu inaitwa sympathy. Kwa hivyo watu kama hawa haitakikani kupewa nafasi.
En komostanyin ko kaimuch kokon kurset majority leader en county nebo Nakuru William Mutai ne inendet ko MCA noton nebo Keringet koityi meng'ikab emoni nebo keker kele kakikimit mising ng'olyot anan ko ng'atutiet noton nekimuch kokon president nebo emoni nebo keker kele kakiyapta mising kolsetab ketik koyom kebeberwek chechang ko oret agenge nebo keker kele kakikimit tetutik chebo ripsetab itonwekab emet.
Ningependa tu niseme ya kwamba tunapokuwa hapa hivi, ningependa tuzingatie sana upandaji wa miti ili tupate mvua tele kama ya hapo zamani. Na tunapopata mvua tele utakuwa na maji kwa mito. Hii maji itaenda mpaka Lake Victoria, itaenda hata mpaka Egypt, na najua ya kwamba tutakuwa tunapata samaki, tunapata vyakula mbalimbali hata za ng'ombe ambazo zinatokana na hiyo samaki. So tupandeni miti, na kama ofisi yangu ya MCA ningependa niseme ya kwamba tutafanya mikakati mwaka huu financial year 2025-2026 tutenge pesa kiasi fulani ambayo tutanunua miche ya kupanda ili tupate conserve environment yetu, ambayo ningependa tu tena kuongeza watu kwa sababu wamekwisha panda miti, tunataka tuongezee. Wito langu tu ni kwamba tupande 10% kwa shamba yako, 10% in your farm, tuhakikishe kwamba kuna miti. Ila hali tu kazi inaendelea kwa sehemu mbalimbali, tukienda Silibwet, tukuje Kapsimbejwa, tuje hapa Chebara, tuende huko Kipsonoi, hata upande wa Kerenget na Baraget, kazi inaendelea vizuri.
En komostanyin ko kaimuch kokon kurset nekim rubeiwotab county commissioner en sub-county nebo Kuresoi Muratai Palak Namai koityi neranik nebo keker kele kakistoengei atebusiek choton chebo ng'emetab kalyet. Ole kamong niton kosubkei ak yaitwogik choton chebo rumisiet chekakimuch kebaorionjin county nebo Nakuru, kit nekaimuch kokon inendet kateunet nekim kole kibendi keipchin kakwautik choton cheititootin icheket cheisuldoen yaitwogik cheu choton.
Kule Nakuru kuna kitu inaitwa confirm na Gaza. Hizo ni gani? Tena juzi wameshika vijana 47 kwa nyumba.
Kongoi mising serindenyon nebo logoiwek kobun county nebo Nakuru Ruben Koriri. Ingetokyingei county nebo Bomet olen ben betut noton nekakisuldaen igorto noton nebo Madaraka Day en county nebo Bomet nekoindochi gavana nebo county nebo Bomet Professor Hilary Barchok igoroton koboto acting county secretary nebo county noton Leonard Mgute. Kokamwa Gavana Professor Hilary Barchok kole nyolu en biik tugul koker kole kaisuldaen tetutik choton chebo korutechi korik chebo chikilisiet asikechikil akobo mionwogik cheng'oen cheboto miondo noton nebo cancer, nekamwa kole agenge en keker kele kakiter miondo noton nebo letaetabgei nebo miondo nebo cancer ko kerutechi korik chebo chikilisiet anan korik chebo tililindo asikechikil en nekamwa kole angot kisib kenyor kosib kesoru chito komayaptagei miondo noton nebo cancer.
In medical camps choton ko koboto cancer screening. So matkege ngot kemianse sikebe sipitali. Like breast cancer ko agenge en mionwogik chebo cancer che rahisi konyoiset yan kasib kenyor. Tigat serikalit nebo barak akenamge ak kipsomaninik kyok asikobit kechikil ak kenai kele chomchin ne. Lakini kit neo ko kebe sipitali ak kenyoru chikilisiet sikenyoru toretet komiten muda nekimuche ketoret amun yan kakinamda yet kotoretech takitariek ak kerichek chemi ak somanet nekikinde koib.
Leonard Mgute ko acting county commissioner nebo county nebo Bomet nekamwa kole alak en tetutik chekikomuch kosuldaen serikalit nebo county nebo Bomet kokiker kele kakiborien maiwek, aldaet koboto chobet nebo maiwek chemoyonotin, nekamwa kole en komalo kokikimuch kenam biik ak keipchi kakwautik chebo kerkong'et biik chekimuch kosuldaen aldaet koboto chobet ak boisiet neya nebo maiwek choton chebo pokitet.
Ya kulevya. Nafikiri wiki zilizopita mlisikia tulikamata bangi ya kutosha na pia pombe ile ambayo haifai. Kwa hivyo wananchi tuungane na hawa watawala na askari wetu kuhakikisha kwamba area yetu ni salama, hakuna hii pombe ambayo italeta madhara. Pombe ambayo viwango vyake vya ubora havijathibitishwa na wanaume na wanawake wanaibugia bila kujali. Ni vizuri sote tuipige vita kwa sababu itatuletea madhara tunapoendelea mbele. Wale ambao wanaishi karibu na hizo nyanda za chini ambapo mito labda inafurika sana, wajaribu kuchukua tahadhari ili tuondokee maafa ambayo yanatukuta. Si vizuri tupoteze watu wakati mvua ni baraka.
Kitokyinigei county nebo Nandi le kakokon kurset gavana nebo county nebo Nandi Stephen Sang koityi cabinet secretary netelelchin tetutikab boror ak ripsetab kalyet en emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen nebo koker kole kawek tetutik choton chebo ripsetab kalyet missing ko en counties chekokimuch keborionchi kabokchinosiek cheboto county nebo Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet ak counties alak. Kamwa kole kakomuch kong'emak tetutik chebo bandab tai en counties ichoton en kosom President nebo emoni kobun ministry noton nebo ripsetab kalyet en emet orit koker kole kaikimit kalyet en komoswek choton. Kora kokoikochi kurset Stephen Sang ne inendet ko governor nebo county nebo Nandi nekirubeiwotab president nekikisto en oret nebo impeachment Rigathi Gachagua koker kole koistoengei ng'alalutik choton cheimuch koib terchinosiek en kwen nebo biikab emet ak koistoengei polotet.
We want to ask the government that can you be firm in rooting out the challenge of bandits in Kerio Valley? But also tunataka kuomba, we want to ask the residents of Kerio Valley that don't be intimidated by these bandits to the extent that you are unable to volunteer information that will help government to crack down on these criminals. Kenya is not available for your nonsense. If you cannot live with all communities in Kenya, if you cannot appreciate the fact that every community belongs to Kenya, and that every community and every person in Kenya has a right to live, to work, and to vote and be part and parcel of government program in any part of this country, we want to tell you, look for another country. Kenya is not available for those nonsense. Na sasa wanataka kuja kuongea hiyo ujinga na kusema ni serikali ndio imefanya abduction. We want to tell these people, please. Na sasa tumejua ile abduction imekuwa ikifanyika Kenya hii, lazima hata huyu Rigathi Gachagua achunguzwe wakati yeye amekuwa bado katika kiti kama deputy president. We now know that Rigathi Gachagua believes in abductions. That is the script writer of issues of abductions.
Hakuna haja, wacha hiyo damu ya Father Lois ikue inaleta amani katika nchi yetu. Na FM zote ambapo kuna banditry na pahali ambapo
en kasaratan kowe monke yalagen kondoik kobun county nebo Nandi ako chepto ngalalutik choton chebo nekirubewotab president nekikisto en oret nebo impeachment Rigathi Gachagua ne inendet kora ko nebo ngecheret en chamait nebo DCP osipke ngalalutik chekimwa kole boisien serikalitab emoni askarik choton chebo bororiet nebo Nandi en tetutik choton chebo abduction en serikalini en kasaratan ko imonke membatab kot nengotin ngatutik nebo Tinderet Julius Meli akomwa kole mayoni ngalalutik choton chebo rubeiwotab president nekikisto Rigathi Gachagua en kamwa kole alak en ngalalutik koibu terchinosiek ak toyet en biikab emet.
Makimeche Nandi nekijote kokase niki deputy president nebo Kenya kole Nandi chikoba Kakamega au kubiris koba Nandi Kakamega amumite wajumbe jemite yu mejo press conference ako mwaite mamiji Nandi nekokiyokto ngoroni koba ikobaris in Kakamega mamite lagok chokena ngoroni kele so boisie kebirika opposition amakimeche takemwa Nandi malok Kalenjin kone sub tribe nebo Nandi nekokikwai lagok cheboisie kobar biikab opposition.
Rigathi Gachagua, please remember we are a community that loves peace. We are a community that will not allow you to take this country to the post-elections of 2007. We are a community that we want development and we will continue agreeing for development in this country.
Igetokyingei county nebo Nakuru ole mengishe en arogenet mengikab county noton kosipkei ak nemwoe icheket kole kokomuch kwa ngweny tetutik chebo ripsetab kalyet en komosoton en komalo komwoe mengikab komosoton kole kokeborionchi yautik choton chebo kabokyinosiek biik chetinye bundukisiek chebokyin icheket koboisien bundukisiek en nguni kowekochi kurset serikalit nebo county nebo Nakuru kokere kole kaikimit tetutik choton chebo ripsetab kalyet ak missing kokere kole karibok mung'arosiek kwak koboto sobonwek chebo biikab emet en kasaratan kokosom governor nebo county nebo Nakuru Susan Kihiga koboto serikalinyin koker kole kaikimit tetutik choton chebo ripsetab kalyet asikotestai tetutik chebo bandab tai.
Pale kwa ile salon nikishukana kutoka hapo nikasikia kuna mabishano kwa hii duka. Kutoka hapo nikasikia kuna mabishano kwa hii duka ndio na kelele nyingi kwa watu ambao wanapigana. Ndio tulitoka hapo tukaangalia, tukachungulia, tukafungua mlango, tukaangalia, tukachungulia. Tukaona kuna majamaa wawili walikuwa wanachapa huyo kijana mwenye alikuwa anauza kwa hiyo duka. Sasa kutoka hapo walibishana, wakapigana, wakamvuruta huku nje, wakampiga na mapanga, wakamkatakata. Sasa kutoka hapo ndio tulianza kupiga nduru. Mwenye alikuwa ameshika bunduki alikuwa mahali pale hivyo, ndiye akamshuti mara ya kwanza. Sasa vile tulifungua mlango ndiye alishoot, sisi tukafunga mlango, tukashindwa kutoka. Sasa vile tuliingia ndani tulisikia mlio wa marisasi, kumbe jamaa amepigwa risasi akalala pale.
They shot on the air to scare the people around. So then they walked. A fourth person was waiting for them with a motorcycle and left. Sadly, in Nakuru, we've been having very, very sad scenarios of people losing their lives. We've had situations where we've had a lady who was abducted, kind of. They went with the person just not far from here, maybe about 3 or 4 kilometers. Another gentleman was shot. And on the other part of Nakuru East also, we've had several other cases just in the recent few days. And last evening, we had the same now happening here. And it was quite early. Call is for the security agents to move in it with speed, because from what we are gathering, if the first up to the 5th person now has lost their lives, then they must have been able to profile that.
En kasarta ne kokeborionchi kokolany barak maat nebo polotet en emoni mising ko kobun kandoik choton chechikili serikali anan opposition ko kakomong alak en kandoik chebo Kenya Kwanza neboto membaetab kot nengoten ngatutik nebo Mogotio Ruben Kiborek, membaetab kot nengoten ngatutik nebo Eldamaravin Musa Sirma, koboto membaetab kot nengoten ngatutik nebo Soi David Kiplangat akochupto ng'alalutik choton che isuldoen negi rubiwatab president negi gisto Rigathi Gachagua. Mwoe icheket kole alak en ng'alalutik choton chebo Rigathi Gachagua chemwoe kole nemuch kot ko makitelelchi komie kibagenget noton netelelchin kamaretab kiwatoshek ak lewenisiet en emoni IEBC, lewenisiet en kenyitab 2027 koimuch keborionchi chemarget nekikimuch keborionchi neu nekikimuch keborionchi en kenyitab 2007 ak 2008.
Watu ambao hawana plan ni masinema. Ni watu wanasema post election violence itakuwa kama Christmas party, wakati bado unajiuliza what is it. Anaanza kutusi wasanii ambayo wanajaribu kutafuta chakula na kujaribu kulisha familia yao kupitia kwa usanii na kufanya kazi na serikali, ndio pia hata hao waambie serikali ile machangamoto wanapitia, anaanza kuambia wasikie misiki yao, wakati bado tunawaeleza na kuwafunza kwamba arts is a very important part of our economy. Wanaanza kujiabduct na kujiweka msituni na kujipiga picha na video wakiwa wameabductiwa. Ni watu wana plan.
Nyinyi hapa, nyinyi mnakaa kama Baringo High School au mnakaa kikabila? Kama Baringo High School. Mkisikia mtu anasema tunataka tupigane kwa vita ya mambo ya siasa, nyinyi mtakubali kweli? Na mimi nataka niambie hiyo mtu alisema hiyo maneno, aibu kwako. Hata hao wanafunzi wamekataa hiyo ukabila yako. Sindio? How do you want to bring war to this country where it does not exist? Na watu wanataka tu, you know, if you want to defeat William Ruto, hakuna njia nyingine ya kushinda ni kura tu peke yake. Sindio? Au kuna formula nyingine? Kwa maana hakuna maneno ya Burkina Faso hapa. Hakuna, hata ukijaribu. Wakenya wanakataa any other mode of rule in this country.
Sisi kama taifa, we have to ensure, with or without the election, we maintain the dignity, the peace, and the unity in this country. Election can come and go, but let us not dramatize. Sisi kama viongozi, we have been given leadership. Wewe umeshika Bible, umeenda ukasema utaangalia mambo ya chapter 6. But you have our own leader, anaitwa mheshimiwa, ako mpaka na bodyguard, ako na PA, hakuna kitu serikali haijampea, lakini mtu unaenda kujikidnapa tu create drama.
Kaindochi president nebo emoni Dr. William Samoei Ruto igorto noton nebo keboiboenchi kenyisiek 62 kotab kostoge emoni en eunek choton chebo kiplelachek en betutab raini kokimuch keboiboenchi niton en kiwanjet nebo Raila Odinga Stadium en county nebo Homa Bay. Ole niton ko igorto ne kokiboiboenchi emoni kenyisiek 62 kotab konyor katyaknatet kobun eunek choton chebo kiplelachek. Koikimit president kole niton ko kabarunet nebo kakwautik chekikomuch koib emetab Kenya kokonapta sobetab biik en tetutik cheterter. Ole kamwa kole kikomuch serikalitab emoni kosuldaen walutik chekikomuch kowal akoib itondo nekararan nebo uchumi akot ngandan kikibaorionchi cherutik cheterter.
Madaraka affirms our collective faith, shared across generations of Kenyan patriots, that through hard work, innovation, and resilience, our farmers, traders, young people, workers, and professionals will rise to the occasion. With the strength of our imagination and effort, we can and must transform this nation with the imagination of our own minds and the work of our own hands. I speak to you today with a deep conviction that our country is firmly on the path to stability and progress. We have weathered turbulent times, navigated serious challenges, and through courage, policy decisions pursued with resolve, we have not only stabilized our economy, but also charted a clear course to long-term prosperity. Since August 2022, Kenya has recorded an average annual growth of an average of 5%, outperforming the global average of 3.3% and the regional average of 3.8%. Just last month, the International Monetary Fund projected our GDP to reach US dollars 132 billion. That is 17 trillion Kenya shillings, making us the largest economy in our region and the 6th largest economy in our continent. At the same time, inflation has declined sharply from 9.6% in October 2022 to 3.8% in May this year, well below our target of 5% and bringing welcome relief to households and businesses. This reflects the strength of our economic fundamentals and the impact of our bold reforms.
Kaboisien kasaratan president kokochi kurset biikab emet koker kole kaimongkei akosirgei en tuget nelel noton nebo SHA en kamwa kole niton ko agendas noton nebo serikali nekokikimit en nguni nebo keker kele kanyor biik tugul en emoni tetutik chebo konyoiset en kerkeindo ak nyumnyumindo.
Is working, by which citizens mean that the transition challenges and teething problems are now behind us, and universal health coverage is now serving Kenyans and leaving no one behind. Since the rollout of Taifa Care in October 2024, 23 million Kenyans have so far registered with the Social Health Authority, a resounding vote of confidence in our reformed healthcare model. We are now recording an average of 50,000 new registrations every day, a clear testament to the fact that Kenyans have embraced a system designed to guarantee access to quality, affordable, and dignified healthcare for all of us. In just 8 months, SHA has disbursed Kenya shillings 43 billion in claims to facilities, with 4.5 million Kenyans having received treatment fully covered by SHA since its inception.
Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki korubiwata president nebo emoni nekosipkei ak ngalalenyin kokoti kochomnyet koboto kakatetabkei nebo koboisen kibagenge president nebo emoni Dr. William Samoei Ruto ak kandoindet nebo chamait nebo ODM Raila Odinga nekamwa kole niton kokikomuch koborionchi komoswek cheterter en emoni tetutikab bandaptai en kerkeindo.
As we live and travel this journey, it is also clear on us that between yourself and His Excellency Raila Odinga, you are speaking to our nation so that we can forge closer ties among ourselves as citizens of Kenya, reduce barriers brought about by politics, ethnicity, religion. And going forward, Your Excellency, we look forward to your partnership, yourself and His Excellency Raila Odinga, and the rest of us who are fortunate to be in leadership positions to build a more united Kenya, a more inclusive Kenya, where one's place of birth, religion, ethnicity doesn't have to count. Rather, their merit and what they bring on board in the contribution of our national development is what matters. As you lead us, Your Excellency, I am satisfied that we are on a course of paying the historical debt of our forefathers who fought for the freedom of Kenyans to govern their own affairs and to rule themselves. We are paying that debt by ensuring we also provide economic freedom to Kenya and its people.
In komostanyin kokoimuch kongong neki Prime Minister nebo emoni ne inendet kora ko ne bongecheret en chamait noton nebo ODM Raila Odinga akongong koimutik chekimuch kobun emoni en kenyisiek oeng chekikosirto olokoikochi kurset serikalit nebo emoni kondochin President William Ruto koker kole kakushikong biik chekimuch kobet sobet en kasarta nekisuldaen neranik choton chenootin ko Gen Z panokab oret en kasarta nekiyesho finance bill noton nebo kenyitab 2024 ak 2025.
You've had several challenges. We have had a lot of issues. 2 years ago, we were on the streets. And even last year, they were on the streets, the Gen Zs. I saw that during the prayer breakfast recently this week, there was apologies that were being made. The speaker and yourself, which is wonderful, as a first step to reconciliation. But then there's the issue of people who are injured, some people who died during that time. I want today to say that we should do compensation to families of those who died and those who were injured so that we can have a closure to this chapter of our national history today. We want Kenyans to live in peace and in unity. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Long live Kenya.
Chitab Kalenjin en logoiyondo noton bunu county nebo Homa Bay en igorto noton nebo Madaraka. Betut neki kakeboiboenchi akobo katyaknatet noton nebo emoni. Ko kakimuch kiit let logoiwekab emet chekakimuch ketetun en newsroom nebo Nenyon TV. Kongoi ninyi chitab Kalenjin neitesetai isib tetutik tugul chebo ketesioni. Kongoi kora en sirikab logoiwek chekoker kole kaitun logoiwechu en oret nekararan koboto Collins Kigen ne inendet ko graphic designer ak director Geoffrey Bate. En kasarta age tugul chitab Kalenjin abwatun yeimach ibarait mungarengung, yeimach ikoite kabarastaet ngo nebo mutyo anan ko kabarastaet nebo tuyet iker ile keboisien ketesiet nebo Nenyon FM nenyorwech en 104.3 ak 104.2 ak ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV, ketesiet nechamat en bororietab Kalenjin ako ketesiet neindoi. Amagun kit age tugul nemie testai iker Nenyon TV amun kimiga kainenyu ko TITUS ROP.